Hey cousin, who you chilling with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.
Hey cousins, welcome back to the crib. Audio MONIE here. Please do me a favor and smash that like button on your way in. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button to join the family because we get into the mess, the music, entertainment, and the meaning behind it all over here. Now cousins, in a headline nobody asked for, Nicki Minaj is beefing with NFL player Dez Bryant. Yes, I'm talking about Crash Out Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant, the 6'2" wide receiver and former Dallas Cowboy. Dez Bryant, who is not the one or the two. And I'm gonna try my best to explain this because this is a mess. But here's how this mess started, y'all. Dez recently took to his Twitter account, right? And he was responding to Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner. And Dez was sharing his long-standing frustrations with Jerry Jones. If you're a viewer of the NFL, you know he has some valid frustrations. Dez claims Jones mistreated him during his time with the team. And Jones had responded by saying he no longer liked to deal with agents in regards to another player. And he specifically hinted at the issues that he apparently had between Dez Bryant and Rock Nation at a couple years ago. And that's when Nicki Minaj decided to jump into the chat because Dez Bryant is Rock Nation is his agent still to this day. And years ago, Jay-Z and Rock Nation orchestrated one of the best um, deals for a wide receiver in NFL history. I think at the time they negotiated a contract that was like the second best for a wide receiver at that time. And again, like I said, that's when Nicki Minaj decided she wanted to jump in and get a little two cents. She wanted to basically ride Dez Bryant's wave. Out of nowhere, she tried to hijack the moment and use it as a soapbox to call out Jay-Z and Rock Nation herself. She tried to twist what Dez Bryant was saying when stating he had issues with Jerry Jones. Nothing to do with Rock Nation. But I guess because Nicki Minaj saw Rock Nation and Jay-Z in the headline, she like, oh, perfect. I can link up with Dez Bryant and we both can go at Rock Nation and Jay-Z. But Dez was not having that. Dez was like, nah, shorty, like, no, I want no involvement with that. That's not what I was trying to do. Your issues are your issues, and my issues is my issue, and my issue is with Jerry Jones specifically. And instead of backing down gracefully, Nicki told him to mind his business. Even though she was the one who inserted herself into his business and his situation. How do you tell someone to mind their business and you're minding their business? Like she thought she had a gotcha moment, but it basically backfired. And instead of just tucking her tail, not responding, or saying my bad, things went left. Things spiraled completely into clown territory. Nicki Minaj decides to offer Dez Bryant $10 million to fight her husband. Kenneth Petty, a 5'6" registered sex offender currently on house arrest. Girl, what the fuck is going on? There's clearly nothing but mush up there in that head of yours. Let's be for real. Either Nicki does not know who Dez Bryant is, or she's trying to become a widow. Dez, although he's no longer in the NFL anymore, he's still built like an NFL wide receiver. He also has anger issues, and he's spoken openly about the trauma that is why he has these issues. Dez isn't some YouTuber that you argue with, some TikToker, some rapper. He's not an internet personality. He's a real life problem when provoked. What are you doing, Nicki? You were trying to get this man beat the fuck up. Offering a former NFL player $10 million to beat your husband ass is crazy. And let's not forget, cousins, just 2 weeks ago, Nicki was on social media crying, saying Mackwop, a member of TDE's circle, had threatened her because she said Doechii would put her in a blender as far as battle rap goes. He said Doechii would, well, he didn't say Doechii's name, but we knew he was talking about Doechii because he previously was talking about her because Nicki was tweeting about 30 million and they were claiming Doechii lost 30 million streams. So Mackwop is like, why keep subbing where you can get put in a blender the same way your boy did, meaning Kendrick put him in a blender. So he said you can get put in a blender too, meaning if you and Doechii want to go bar for bar, y'all can go bar for bar. This girl said she felt unsafe. She wanted to get the feds, the FBI involved, and she even name dropped some random ass Republican politician who's trying to get clout off of inserting herself into hip hop relevant conversations. So all of that talk about being afraid, and now you're offering 10 million to set up a street wall with your husband and Dez Bryant, like the math isn't mathing. It ain't mathing at all. And then when Dez Bryant responded and said, bring it in cash, I will beat that nigga the fuck up, she muted up. You were trying to get the feds to babysit your over alleged threats from Mackwop, and now you're daring. I don't get it. I don't get it, girl. I don't get it. You're either scared or you're a gangster. You can't be both. You can't be both. At all. You want federal protection from Mackwop, but you want your husband to get stomped the fuck out by a professional athlete. Make it make sense, stinky butt, as Mackwop would say, basically. And then, just when you thought Nicki couldn't think any freaking lower, cousins, she tweeted the following. Hey, it's Dad. Dad, question mark, as in granddad, question mark. Oh, wow, hi, I missed you, exclamation mark. No, it's Baghdad, you effing coon. You bombed with that 30-year-old T that was supposed to be a gag. What she's saying is, when you bond with that 31-year-old T, because at this point, she disrespected Dez when he said, I don't want any involvement with that. She responded back nasty. He said, alright, bitch, don't talk about me when you married to a sex offender. And she responded saying that the T of him being her husband being a sex offender is 31-year-old T. She continued, now they know your recent T, you dumb fuck, or should I say your recent CTE. Laugh my ass. Why does she think she's in a battle? And she's responding to him as if she's writing a rap. This is terrible rapping, by the way. Terrible. We see why you came up with Bigfoot. Terrible raps. And now, like I was saying, if you know Dez Bryant's story, this tweet is absolutely vile. Because what I recall from the story, excuse me if I get some of it wrong, but what I recall is Dez's biological father was a 40-year-old man when he was conceived. This father was raping Dez's mother, who was 14 at the time. This man was actually in a relationship with Dez's mother, which is Dez's grandmother. Dez's mother went on to have 3 kids, which included Dez, by this man, and he was never prosecuted. Like, that's the kind of generational trauma Dez has. And Nicki thought that it would be cool to use it as a punchline. She thought that was fire to use it as a punchline. Disgusting. And that's just crazy coming from a woman whose own brother is currently in prison for sexually abusing a child, his stepdaughter. Similar situation. Dez's father was with his grandmother, and he raped Dez's mother when she was a child. Very similar situation. And you thought that it was cool to make that a punchline? Your brother is in prison for sexually abusing a child. and you married a man on the sex offender registry. Like, how do you mock SA victims while surrounding yourself with convicted predators? And to make it worse, Nicki has openly admitted in interviews that when she was 13 or 14, she cheated on her then boyfriend. I'm not sure if he was the same age as her, but she cheated on her then boyfriend with Kenneth, who is now her husband. You know what? I'm not even gonna explain it. Let's roll the clip.
They was asking me, where did you fit in the picture of my love life? Like, where did you come about? Because they're like, oh, whoa, this timeline is starting to overlap. So, yes, I'm the person that I was rapping about that I met when I was 15, 14, 15. The person that you guys asked me about, this was a dope question, is the person who basically got cheated on with, and he was the person that it was, and then you saw him and fought him.
Beat the shit out of him.
They was asking me, where did you fit in?
So she's telling this story. Oh, I was 15, 14, 13. She was cheating on this guy with Kenneth, and Kenneth beat the boy up. Mind you, if she was 13 or 14, and Kenneth Petty is 5 years older than her, that means he was 18 or 19 at the time, messing with Nicki Minaj and beating up her boyfriends. What? You're a victim. You're a victim. And instead of healing, you're spending your career defending predators and making fun of people who survived worse. Disgusting. I don't see how people support her. I don't. I really don't. But let's talk about the money real quick. Nicki threw out that 10 million number like she's some Suge Knight with a Birkin. But the math ain't mathing, because this is why. This is fucking why. Her husband is currently in settlement negotiations with his SA victim, according to Pacer court documents. As of the last update was July 31st, 2025, which was 5 days ago. They already had to pay a German security guard $500,000 after an assault in 2022. There's a repeat pattern here. So no, you don't have 10 million to throw at Dez Bryant for clout fights, Nicki Minaj. That money needs to be paid to actual victims, because your household has harmed too many people than it has helped people. Like, this isn't power, this isn't dominance. This is a broke PR stunt wrapped in legal liability. Y'all have issues over there. Y'all are violent, whether it's physically with the hands or sexually. But let's zoom out for a second. Nicki's husband is currently on house arrest for violating his probation in 2023 after threatening Offset online. It's like they love threatening people. And now here she is trying to bait a fight with Dez Bryant. I mean, like, is this your way of getting him sent back to jail, your husband? Like, are you tired of seeing him in the kitchen eating your son's fruit snacks, not putting the toilet seat down and contributing to the bills? Is this a cry for help? Because if you're tired of that man and want him out of your house, just say that, Nicki. Just say that. Instead, you trying to throw him to the wolves and hope he don't come back. This whole "my husband is hard" storyline is so played out. It is so played out. Dez is not the one to play with. And I ain't saying he untouchable, because he is. Everybody is touchable. And I don't even like Dez Bryant for some of his stances. He's had some terrible stances. But honestly, if that man ever laid hands on Kenneth, we'd be talking about this man in a hospital bed. Just stop, Nicki. Just stop. But y'all, let me know in the comments y'all thoughts on this entire situation. Like, what is up with Nicki and all of this spiraling? Every single week, this lady is spiraling, and it seems also every time she spiral, it's off the back of Megan or Cardi B doing something and being in the headlines. Cardi B was just involved in some WWE shit, and now this lady is spiraling. The last time she also spiraled, Cardi B announced her album. The previous time before that, Megan Thee Stallion was on Love Island. Like, it's a terrible pattern, bro. Stop the spiraling, Nicki. Make some music, good music at that. But again, like I said, cousins, let me know, because I'm gonna keep going off on a tangent. Let me know your thoughts. Like, why is this lady trying to weaponize other people's trauma for her own while ignoring her own trauma? All of this chaotic distraction from reality because your career is cooked and your household is crumbling, girl, give it a rest. Cousin, smash that like button if you're still here, and subscribe to the channel if you're new for the first time to become a part of the family, because we're on the road to 30K, and I'll catch y'all in my next one. Y'all be safe. Stay delusional if you want, but please don't be Nicki.
Hey cousin, who you chilling with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.